Hi everyone, my name is Allison Tipler and welcome to the Fun and Fabulous Fall webinar with me, Allison Tipler, put on by Fun with Composers. Today in this webinar, I'm going to lead you in a fun with music and yoga adventure. And I'm really excited to share this material with you. Just before we begin, I'm going to share with you a land acknowledgement. So I'm coming from you today in Milton, Ontario, which is part of the Halton district. And we're going to do a land declaration right now that's from the Halton District School Board. So Halton, as we know it today, is rich in history and modern traditions of many First Nations and the Métis. From the Anishinaabe to the Attawandaron, the Haudenosaunee and the Métis, these lands surrounding the Great Lakes are steeped in Indigenous history. As we gather today, or as I gather here to present for you, on these treaty lands, we have the responsibility to honor and respect the four directions: land, waters, plants, animals, ancestors that walked before us, and all the wonderful elements of creation that exist. We would like to acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation for sharing their traditional territory with us. I want to share with you how the Fun with Music and Yoga adventures came to be. I have a love and passion for yoga, and I started practicing yoga at a young age. And then when I started teaching at music in school, I thought it would be really fun to take my yoga teaching certification. So I did, and I became a teacher with Power Yoga Canada. Then I wanted to learn more, so I went to the States and I studied with Baron Baptiste at the Baptiste Institute. At these trainings in the States, they attract people from all over the world. So I met people from many walks of life. I even met people from Nairobi, Kenya. Some of these people are from the Maasai culture. Really, out of these trainings, it just woke me up to how yoga is really a practice that's for everybody. Really, everybody. You know, we all have drishti, which is your eye gaze. We all have pranayama, which is air in our lungs to breathe. And we have foundation, whether it be your hands, your feet, your core. And we can all touch our toes, right? And we can all reach our arms above our head. But this does look different for everybody. Everyone has different levels of flexibility. But what I'm getting at is that yoga really is for everybody. So I started to create these adventures to bring together my passion of yoga and music and share it with the world. Now with the Black Lives Matter movement, I want to acknowledge that I'm teaching these adventures through the lens of sharing music and sharing yoga. The destinations where we go on the adventures, so in this webinar you'll see the Great Rift Valley, the destination is just a jumping off point for students and for myself to start being inquisitive and being open and ready for learning about other cultures around the world. So what I really want to share is that my vision for this is to share music and yoga, having the culture be there as a really great jumping off point. I am by no means an expert in Kenyan culture, but what my students and I do as we learn through the adventure training, we ask questions, we do research, we read books, we look up questions that we have on the internet, we ask people from our school community who are from Kenya, we ask lots of questions, even people from the greater community around the school. And that's what I invite you to do with the adventures. Let it be about the music and about the yoga and bringing people together, and as an added bonus, learning about all of these amazing cultures around the world. So while you're watching the webinar, please ask yourself, how am I going to adapt this in my classroom? If you're teaching it online, how would it look? If you're teaching in class, how would this look for you? So I'm going to give you right now the fun and fabulous fall adventure with me, Allison Tipler, and please have a look at some things that you need to gather here for this webinar. At Fun with Composers, we're recommending that students bring a small bag filled with instruments to and from music class so they can have their own little bag of found instruments. So here's what I suggest that you need in order to teach this Kenya adventure to your students. You need some sort of small container that can act as a drum, okay? Some sort of metal instrument and something to tap it with. A shaker. This is just a container with rice in it. And optional for your older students is to have a recorder. Some school districts are allowing recorder playing. During this workshop, I'm going to be using probably a slightly larger drum and a larger metal instrument. And we will be using the recorder, but also teachers, I think it would be great if you could use a barred instrument to show, or for students that want an added bonus, you can try using some water glasses. So we'll talk about all of that coming up in the webinar. So gather your things so we're ready to go. Pre-mission info. Child's pose. So find a spot on the floor where you can bring your knees together, bring your hands by your side, and then bring your forehead down on the mat. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat, bring your forehead to stacked fists. And you can do this right now in the comfort of your own home. If you were doing this with your students in class, they would all be 6 feet apart, social distance from each other. Stay in child's pose. And I want you to imagine that it's the end of the school day and the bell has rung and you're excited to go home from school to see if your friend from the forest, Smiley Tree, has sent you a message. Look up at the screen at this picture of Smiley Tree. Go back to child's pose. So you run home from school. You're visualizing this in your head, everyone. You run home from school. You go in your front door. You take off your coat. You take off your backpack. And you check your device. So everyone, right now, pick up your pretend device. And on your device, there's a message from Smiley Tree. And there are 3 clues. And look up here for the first clue. It says, this is a picture of the flag from the country where we will be traveling. Clue 2. People often visit this country to go on safaris. And clue 3, this country is in Africa. And then here's a closer look of the continent of Africa. So we're going to be going to one of the countries somewhere in there, but we don't know what it is yet. So I guess we're going to have to go to Smiley Tree to find out more information for our exciting adventures. Stand up, everyone. Okay, so everybody pretend that you're walking outside of your front door all the way down the street. When you get to the end of the street, you get to the white picket fence. You go through the white picket fence and down the path. Is everyone walking down the path? You should be standing up and moving your arms and standing on your spot. So this is a stationary movement that all the students should be able to do on their spot, 6 feet apart from each other. And we're walking all the way around the curve and we've made it to Smiley Tree. Tree pose. Bring your hands to your heart center and lift up one foot. Reach your branches up to the sky and look up into Smiley Tree. Hello, Smiley Tree. It's so nice to see you. Switch tree pose on the other side. Now this time we look up into Smiley Tree and we see our friend Bugsy. Everyone sing, "Hi Bugsy." Can you sing that? "Hi Bugsy." Bugsy is our friend that comes on the adventures with us and helps us find out more clues. Let's climb up the tree and sit next to Bugsy. Everyone move your arms and your legs to climb up the tree. Now we're gonna sit down next to Bugsy. Everyone sit down. Bugsy is sitting on a treasure chest, and inside the treasure chest there are 3 more items to help us find out where we're going. There's a necklace, a djembe, and a blanket. Does anyone know where we're going yet? I think we know that it's Africa, but I wonder exactly where we're going. Well, look at this. Bugsy is motioning to a map, and the map is showing us the exact location of where we're going. We're going to the Great Rift Valley in Kenya. Are you ready to go on the adventure? Okay, come to candle pose and bring your hands to your heart center and sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in and breathe out. But wait, we can't go on the adventure yet, because in order to go on the adventure to the Great Rift Valley in Kenya, we have to first complete the adventure training. Day 1. The first song that we're going to learn during our adventure training is called a Sumbu Kawaya. This is a Nigerian paddling song that's performed in a rondo form. The students will perform it on the floor, as you will see, but if the floor is not an option for your students and they need to be sitting in a chair, then you can do everything in a chair and just have the students come up with positions on their own. So let's try it together. A Sumbu Kawaya, and students repeat back in their head, mouthing the words. A Sumbu Kawaya. Kedu Kadi. Kedu Kadi. Okay, students, get in your boat. Boat pose. And everyone, show me how you row your boat. A Sumbu Kawaya. Kedu Kadi. A Sumbu Kawaya. Kedu Kadi. Kedu Kadi. Kedu Kadi. Sumbu Kawaya. Kedu Kadi. Look at that, on the edge of the riverbed, there's a fish. Fish pose. Bring your legs out, your hands underneath your shoulders, and lean back on your forearms. Drop your head. And again, students are doing this pose on their own space, 6 feet apart. Just putting on our teacher hat right now. If you want to limit the amount of singing that you're using, you can use the audio recording. Get back in your boat. A Sumbu Kawaya, Kedu Kadi. A Sumbu Kawaya, Kedu Kadi. Kedu Kadi. Kedu Kadi. Sumbu Kawaya, Kedu Kadi. On the edge of the river, I see a cobra coming out from his hole in the ground. Oh my goodness. Show the card and students can perform the yoga pose. Take a deep breath in and hiss out. Get back in your boat. And let's just have a look at what these words mean. The words mean that there's people paddling on the river and the rain is coming. So we must paddle faster. So look at these tempo cards, everyone. Which card do you think was the tempo we were doing before? I think it was Andante. That's like a walking speed. A Sumbu Kawaya, Kedu Kadi. So, if the rain is coming and we have to go faster, which card do you think we should do? I think you're right. Allegro or presto it is. Let's go presto really fast. A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. Kidu kitty, kidu kitty. Ah, sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. Whew, that was fast. Very good presto rowing, everyone. And what's that? It's a lion. Sit on your knees. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath in. Stick out your tongue. Ha! And open your eyes really wide. Do it again. Breathe in. Ha! Get back in your boat. The rain is still coming and we have to go faster. A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. Kidu kitty, kidu kitty. Ah, sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. It's a tiger. Come on your hands and knees, everyone. Lift up one leg. Take a deep breath in and roar. Roar like a tiger. And now lift up your other leg. Switch legs. Take a big breath in and roar. Let me hear you. And get back in your boat. And this time it's raining. And look, our boat is filling up with water. So we're going to have to join together and make 2 boats. But we're not going to be doing it with a partner like that. Instead, just point to a partner and you're going to do it on your spot in 2 boats. Are you ready? A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. A sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. Kidu kitty, kidu kitty. Ah, sumbu kawaii, kidu kitty. Whew, we did it. Very good. Now, this would be a wonderful activity to introduce in class and then to revisit when you did an online at-home session via Zoom or Google Meet or whatever platform you're using with your students. The next thing on the agenda is the warrior dance. Have a look at these lyrics. Tabletop, tabletop, downward dog, downward dog, right foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse, downward dog, left foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse, downward dog, tabletop, sit down. Have a look at this pose. Show me table pose, everyone. Come on your hands and knees. Next, downward dog. And notice I'm not giving you many cues because I want you to see how easy this is for your students to do without you having to show them. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse. Downward dog. Now we're going to put the whole thing together with the chant. So stay with me. Here we go. Tabletop, tabletop. Downward dog, downward dog. Right foot forward, right foot forward. Warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 2. Reverse, reverse. Downward dog, downward dog. Left foot forward, left foot forward. Warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, whoops, warrior 2. Reverse, reverse. Downward dog, downward dog. Tabletop, tabletop. Sit down, sit down. If you want to limit the amount of singing or speaking, you can use the audio file, and I'm going to turn that on for you right now. Come forward. Here you go. Tabletop, if you don't have a lot of floor space to use and students need to be sitting in a chair, you could teach them these different actions. Tabletop, downward dog, right foot forward, stamp their right foot. Obviously I'm using my left foot because I'm mirroring you, so left foot forward. Warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse, downward dog, left foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse, downward dog, tabletop, sit down. Welcome to day 2 of adventure training. On day 2 of adventure training, we're going to review the warrior dance. So I'm not going to take the time to do that now in this webinar, but what you can do is just rewind back to day 1 if you want to have some more practice, okay? So we'll move ahead. So let's pretend that we've just reviewed the warrior dance actions, and we're going to add a part that goes like this. Kum adende, kum adende, kum adende, kum adende. Join with me. So let's tap the floor on kum, adende is on your lap. Say it with me. Kum adende, kum adende, kum adende, and stop. Very good. Now if you want to limit the amount of chanting, ask students to do this in their head and just use magic lips to mouth the words like this. Very good. Now, what does that sound? What does that sound like when I'm tapping the floor? Is that loud or quiet? You're right, that's loud. And in music, when we have a loud sound, we call that an accent. Can you say that in your head? Accent. Very good. Try that one more time. Okay, now you can keep doing that, or you can do the poses with me. Are you ready? Pick one. Here, I'm going to do the poses. So if you're doing kumadende, keep doing that. Kumadende, kumadende, kum. And here we go. Tabletop, tabletop, downward dog, downward dog. Right foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 2, reverse, reverse, downward dog. Very good. And stop. If you were just doing the actions, sit down and do kumadende. Good. And then if you were just doing kumadende, then do the actions. So now students are getting a turn doing the different parts. Okay, you're doing very well with that. Let's add another part, and it's gonna go like this. We're gonna have to stand up, and now we're gonna go like this. Hello, and stamp your feet, and think and mouth the word hello, hello, hello. So if you were doing this in a class, you would have one group of students doing the kumadende, kumadende. You have another group of students doing the part 2, hello, 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 and then you'd have a third group of students performing the actions, okay? Tabletop, tabletop, downward dog. We're not going to go through all of that right now, but then you would make sure that everyone would then do a different part. So if you were doing kumadende, now you would come over to this group and do hello. If you were doing hello, then you would come over to this group and you would do the actions, okay? And if you were doing the actions, then you could come over to this group and do kumadende. So we're learning the instrument parts that go with the warrior dance. Isn't this exciting? It's so much fun. So I want you right now to pick your favorite part. Are you ready? So you're either going to do kumadende with our accent. Let's hear your accent. Or you can do hello, hello, and you're thinking and mouthing or do the actions with me. Tabletop, tabletop, downward dog, downward dog, right foot forward, warrior one, and stop. Okay? So make sure that everyone gets a turn doing each part. Okay? Now this may be something that I do with grade 3 and up. If I was doing this with a kindergarten, a grade 1 or grade 2 class, I would just take one of those ostinatos. So probably the hello one. That's a really easy one that students can do. Doing the hello ostinato and doing the actions together would make a wonderful piece. So now we're going to learn a song called Jumbo. Now, in my opinion, I think this would be a great activity for you to teach in an online setting. So if you were teaching half of the time in school and half of the time online, I would teach this song for the Kenya Adventure online. Just like this. So you would be in your screen, and I say to my students, repeat after me. Jumbo, Jumbo, Jumbo Bwana, Jumbo Bwana, Abarigani, Abarigani, Missouri Sana, Missouri Sana, Wageni, Wageni, Mwakaribishwa, Mwakaribishwa, Kenya Yetu, Kenya Yetu, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Now have a look at those words. So when I sing the Swahili, I would like you to please sing back or just say back the English. And you can share your screen when you're doing this online. Jumbo, hello. Jumbo Bwana, hello sir. Habarigani, how are you? Missouri Sana, we're fine. Wageni, you visit. Mwakaribishwa, we welcome. Kenya Yetu, Kenya. Hakuna Matata, no worries. And then we take a little bit of time to keep learning the words. And now sing the Swahili after me. Jumbo, your turn. Jumbo, Jumbo Bwana, Jumbo Bwana, Abarigani, Abarigani, Missouri Sana, Missouri Sana, Wageni, Wageni, Mwakaribishwa, Mwakaribishwa, Kenya Yetu, Kenya Yetu, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Now this song has action, so everybody at home stand up, and this might take a while to get everyone standing up, but then have them do some actions and repeat after you. Jumbo, Jumbo, are you standing up? Jumbo Bwana, your turn. Jumbo Bwana, Abarigani, Abarigani, Missouri Sana, Missouri Sana. Very good, let's stop there. So notice how all of the actions have to do with what the words mean. Jumbo, your turn, Jumbo, that means hello. Jumbo Bwana, Jumbo Bwana, hello sir. Abarigani, Abarigani, so point. Missouri Sana, Missouri Sana, we're fine, right? Wageni, point and move your knees up nice and high. Can you sing that? Wageni, Wageni, good. Mwakaribishwa, Mwakaribishwa, we welcome, right? Kenya Yetu, Kenya Yetu, that one's kind of fun. So do a big dip down, bend your knees everyone. Hakuna Matata, try that. Hakuna Matata, very good. Let's do the whole thing from the top. Let's go. Jumbo, Jumbo Bwana, Abarigani, Missouri Sana, Wageni, Mwakaribishwa, Kenya Yetu, Hakuna Matata. Day 2 adventure training is over. All right, so now it's it's day 3 of adventure training. Welcome back, everyone. First thing we do on day 3 is review the song Jumbo that we did on day 2. I'm not going to do that now. If you want more practice, please just rewind. The next thing on the agenda after that is the warrior dance. And what you would do is review all of the actions from the top, right? The whole thing, tabletop, downward dog, and have the other groups going. So if you were doing the adende, review that with the body percussion. Are you joining in, everyone? Okay, and the group 2 was doing hello, 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 right? And then the group 3 was doing the actions, because today what we're doing is we are going to be transferring that body percussion now onto instruments. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so hopefully the students have their little percussion bags that they had from last time. And what they can do is grab their little drum, whatever they have, and go like this. Just like what we did on the floor, right? Very good. And once people are comfortable with this, then you can move on and add the next part. And the next part is going to be on our metal instrument. We're going to go, do you remember? It's part 2. We go hello, hello. It was the stamp in our feet, right? Hello, hello. And then you play it on the instrument. Hello, 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 hello. I can't do 2 things at once. I wonder if I can try. Okay, and then the next group can be adding the actions. Tabletop, tabletop, downward dog, right foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 2, reverse, reverse, downward dog, left foot forward, warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, 2, reverse, reverse, downward dog, tabletop, tabletop, sit down, sit down. Got a little mixed up there, but that's okay. Okay, so the idea would be have one group playing on their drums, and then when they're done playing their drum, they can put their drum down, and then the next part they're going to play the hello part. Okay, and just switch groups like that. But kids are still staying on their one spot, 6 feet apart, right? So that everyone's in social distance and touching your own instruments. Okay, so that's a fun activity. I think if you can get everybody with instruments, maybe even a great goal would just be to have the students come with one instrument and they could play both parts on the same instrument too. Okay, just keep it really simple. All right, and that is day 3 adventure training is complete. Okay, that would be more than enough to do in one day. Okay, now we're on day 4 of adventure training. This is an optional challenge day. You don't have to do this as part of the adventure, but if your students want an extra challenge, I would suggest to teach this lesson. If your students are in grade 5 or 6, this would be an excellent lesson for them, learning 1, 4, and 5 chords. Okay, so the first thing you do on day 4 is review our Jumbo song. Jumbo, right? Okay, so once you've reviewed the song, then you're going to teach the 3 different parts that go with the song. So the first part is Kum Adende, and this is the same thing they did in the warrior dance, so it's simple. So have all of your students sit down and go Kum Adende, Kum Adende, Kum Adende. They can do doing this. Jumbo, jumbo, Anna, Body, Missouri Sana. Okay, so we'll stop there. Once you've gone through that, the whole song, have half of the class sing the song and half of the, or audiate the song, okay, I have to keep catching myself, and half the class doing the body percussion, okay, and then switch. The next thing you're gonna do, what's the next part here in our list? Is learning this ostinato that goes like this. Come and sing this song with us. Students mouth the words. Do what I'm doing here. Let's do it one more time. Come and sing this song with us. Very good. So then the class would do that whole part while the teacher sings the song, Jumbo. And then half the class, again, just like before, half the class will do the body percussion and the other half will sing the song. Now, to help support the singing of the song, I recommend that you use the audio file that we have for you. So let me turn on the audio file. Stand up. And you will sing the song. Jumbo, jumbo, Anna, Missouri Okay, you can also do it again using the kumadende part, doing the body percussion. I recommend doing all of that on one day. So your day 4 challenge day would probably be split in half. Okay, so one day to learn the song and learn the body percussion, and then the next day you're going to come back and transfer it to some instruments. So our kumadende, you could have your students use their drum from last time, kumadende, but I think it's fun to use, I want to use my big one for today, kumadende, okay? So that's going to be one group, okay? The next group is going to be doing come and sing this song with us. So this is meant to be done on the glockenspiel. Come and sing this song with us. Oops. Using 1, 4, and 5. Now, if students want the extra challenge, why not give them this as an at-home online challenge to try to figure out how to do this with the water glasses, coming up with do, 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 yeah. Fa, fa, so, so, do. Okay? There's an option, okay? Or again, just have your students play it on the glockenspiel, or why not figure it out on the recorder? Because some districts are allowing for people to play on their recorders. So it would be like this. Okay, and you can put all of that together in your class with every student just sitting on their spot. They have their drum ready for the kumadende part, their recorder, they can play the bass part, right? What we did have for the bass xylophone part, and then they're ready also to sing and do Jumbo. Sing the songs with the actions. Okay, so now it's day 5, final adventure day. Before you get started from the beginning on the final adventure, there's just some organization that needs to take place. So first things first, all the students are sitting on their spot, 6 feet apart. And then if you have your students, they'll probably be in some sort of row. So designate one row. So one row is going to be doing the kum adende parts on their drums. So they'll be playing for the warrior dance and for Jumbo, the kum adende, okay? Have another row, group 2. They will be playing for the warrior dance, the hello, hello, okay? And optional, that group can also play the come and sing this song with us on their recorder or their musical glasses or the glockenspiel, whatever they want, okay? And then the third group, they will be performing the actions for Jumbo, and they'll be performing the actions for the warrior dance, okay? And that group, they need an instrument too, so they'll be our Wahoo Wind sound effects. So they need to have some sort of shaker for that, all right? So once everyone's organized and they have their job, okay, we're gonna start from the beginning, the pre-mission info. And I think this part of the adventure is so special because you do the pre-mission info on day 1, but then when you bring it back at the end of the adventure, it all just starts to make sense. So everyone, right where you are, take child's pose. So bring your knees together and put your forehead down on the ground. Take a big breath in and breathe out. And I'll lead you through the pre-mission info. So imagine that it's the end of the school day and the bell has rung and you're excited to go home from school to see if your friend from the forest, Smiley Tree, has sent you a message. So you go into your house, you take off your backpack, you pick up your device, and lo and behold, there's the message from Smiley Tree. And so you'll go through with your students clue 1, read it all out for them, clue 2, clue 3, show them the maps. I'm not going to do that for you now for the sake of time, but for the students it will be really good for them to go through it again. Okay, and then you mime the action of standing up and walking to Smiley Tree. You do tree pose at Smiley Tree, and then you climb up into Smiley Tree. You see Bugsy in the treasure chest and all of the items in there. We're not doing it right now, again, just to save some time. You're the advanced group, okay? And then all of a sudden, it's time for us to go on the adventure. Candle pose. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in, and we'll start with 1 Om. Om. Breathe in and breathe out, and move your hands together just like this. And what's that sound that I hear? Pick up your Wahoo Wind sound effect. It's Wahoo Wind, ready to whisk us off on our adventure. Everyone grab onto the backs of your legs. Woohoo! And chair pose. Everybody stand up. And chair pose. We've landed in the Great Rift Valley, which is in Kenya, Africa. And look, there's a whole bunch of children here singing and greeting us. And they're singing a special song in Swahili. I wonder if they'll let us join them. So group 1, get out your drum, and here we go. Adende, adende, adende. They keep that going. And then group 2 is going to join in with the recorder. And here we go. Jumbo, Jumbo Bwana, Abarigani, Missouri Sana, mwakaribishwa Kenya yetu, Hakuna Matata. Sing that again. Hakuna Matata. And we're lunging through the high grasses in Kenya. Hakuna Matata. Join in, everyone. Hakuna Matata. Put your instrument down. Stand up. Hakuna Matata. Move the grass out of the way. Hakuna Matata. And we've arrived at the clearing in the grass. And I hear and see a whole bunch of Maasai warriors. Everyone think that. Maasai warriors. And we're all going to turn into a Maasai warrior when you hear the glissando. In 3, 2, 1. Twirl around. And you've all turned into warriors. Drummers, pick up your drum. Sit down, here we go. That group will keep going. And then the next group will go. Hello, 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 hello. Here we go. Tabletop, tabletop. Downward dog, downward dog. Right foot forward, right foot forward. Warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 2. Reverse, reverse. Downward dog, downward dog. Left foot forward, left foot forward. Warrior 1, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 2. Reverse, reverse. Downward dog, downward dog. Tabletop, tabletop. Sit down, sit down. And the warrior dance has brought us all the way to the Mara River. Get into your boat. E sumbu kawaya kedu kati, e sumbu kawaya kedu kati, kedu kati, kedu kati. Sumbu kawaya kedu kati. Look down there in the water. It's a fish. Fish pose. Take a big breath in and breathe out. Get back in your boat and we would sing a Sumbu Kawaya again. I'm going to skip over that because you saw that on the day 1 lesson. And then the next thing we see is a cobra coming out of their hole. Cobra pose. Take a deep breath in and hiss out. And get back in your boat. And it's a good idea here to then review what the words mean. So the words mean that our people are paddling down the river and the rain is coming, so we have to travel faster. And what a great opportunity for us now to look at our tempo cards. And who remembers what the word is for to go really fast? It's presto, that's right. And then sing it presto. Isumbu kawaya kidu kiri. Isumbu kawaya kidu kiri. We're going to stop there just for the sake of time to keep us moving forward. And then what do we see? It's a lion. Everyone, stick out your tongue. Ha! Good work. Get back in your boat. You sing the song, Isumbu Kawaya again, and then it's tiger pose. Come on your hands and knees and lift up one leg. Everyone, let me hear you roar. Very good. And then lift up your other leg and roar again. Good. And now this time when we sing Isumbu Kawaya, we try doing it in 2 boats, but we're not using a partner. Instead, we're going to pretend that that person over on the other side of the room is our partner, and we're going to try the song with them. Very good. And then, oh no, what's happening? Our boat is filling up and up with water, and we're going to sink down into the water. Oh no. Everyone come onto your stomach. Come onto your stomach, and we're going to have to swim to shore. Swim to shore, everyone. Kick your legs, kick your legs, kick your legs. And we've made it to the edge of the Mara River. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a big breath in. Breathe out. We made it. And look, what's that sneaking through the grass? It's a turtle. Turtle pose. Bring the soles of your feet together and lift up your hands. Bring your hands underneath your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. And now there's branches all around us. How are we gonna get out of here? What are we gonna do? Look up there, everyone. It's a vine. We're gonna go up the vine. Pull yourself up. Up, 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 up. And you're up in the air. And look at the birds flying around. Everyone grab onto the back, your hands behind you. If you can't grab onto your hands, then just move your arms and fly like a bird for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and oh, everyone freeze. What's that sound that I hear? It's the wahoo wind, ready to whisk us off back home. Oh no, everyone fly through the sky, and we're gonna find our magical yoga mat on the ground. Sit down on your yoga mat, and wahoo wind is gonna whisk us home. My wahoo wind sound effects, people, play your sounds. Here we go. Woohoo! And we're back home underneath Smiley Tree. Lie down on your back and close your eyes for final Shavasana. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Now bring your hands to your heart center and come to a seated position. And we're going to end our adventure with one Om together. Sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Om. Breathe in, breathe out. And now repeat after me. And I have the Namaste song here. The light in me,
The light in me
reaches out to the light in you.
to the light in you.
Namaste. Great work, everyone. That was our exciting adventure to the Great Rift Valley in Kenya, Africa. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is in the visual presentation, this final adventure map. Have a look at how we've laid out the entire adventure for you so students can follow along and remind themselves of the journey that they went on. The other great thing at the end of every visual presentation for every adventure are these assessment tools. Okay, so we have assessment tools for Jambo Bwana Instrumental and Singing Skills Rubric. We have a Warrior Dance Self-Evaluation, Bard Instrument Playing, and a group checklist. And these assessment tools are available for every single adventure in the Fun with Music and Yoga Teacher's Guide, which is a 168-page document. I want to just show you this one piece from the Teacher's Guide, and it's extensions. So every single adventure, yoga adventure, has extensions, and this can be really fun and engaging for your students. All right, everyone. Well, now that the adventure is done and you know what it's all about, I encourage you to please go to funwithcomposers.com, the website, and please download the free Fun with Music and Yoga Adventure lesson plan for the Great Rift Valley in Kenya. You will get all of the songs, the visual presentation, all those wonderful slides that you saw, and you're going to have access to some of the video so you can see me teaching the students, okay? You will also be able to download that Creativity Prevails document, which will show and help you be able to adapt what's in the teacher's guide to these times of social distancing and health and safety guidelines. So I really encourage you to go to the website and download the free lesson and the Creativity Prevails document. So please make sure you like and subscribe to the Fun with Composers YouTube channel. There's over 30 videos uploaded there for you to use for free. There's lots of yoga and music resources there as well for you, including our really exciting 5-minute brain breaks that you can use for your students for recess time or when they just need a break to shake it up. So, I'm Allison the Adventurer, also known as Allison Tipler, signing off, and we'll see you soon. Good luck!